Hey guys, your dude Keon. Welcome sa first official episode ng Pinoy Reddit Stories. Dito bibigyan ko kayo ng mga nakakatuwa, nakakaintriga at minsan nakakaantig na mga kwento mula sa iba't ibang Reddit communities. Kung mahilig kayo sa mga kwentuhan at chismisan, nasa tamang channel kayo. So bago tayo magsimula, huwag kalimutan mag-subscribe at i-click yung notification bell para lagi kayo updated sa mga bagong episodes. Kung may mga sarili kayong kwento na gusto ibahagi, mag-comment lang sa baba at mag-message na lang kayo sa mga social media accounts ko na under KeonPH. Ayun, wag na natin patagalin pa, simulan na natin yung unang kwento. So, yung kwento na to is under the subreddit, Ako Ba Yung Gago? So, yung title, ABYG, if gusto ko na makipag-break kasi hindi kami pareho mag-isip. So, yung ABYG, yan yung ibig sabihin nun, ako ba yung gago? Hi, so my boyfriend, 24 male, and I, female, 25, had this serious conversation. Background first. 1 year graduate na siya and still unemployed at never pa siya nag-apply o naghanap ng work. Ako naman, 2 years na akong graduate and I'm already working since I was a student. So now, may darating kasi siyang malaking pera, 200,000 pesos. And he talk about his plans kung ano-anong planning niya sa pera. Tama naman siya, like magbayad ng utang, kasama yung mga utang niya sa akin, paluguin yung pera sa negosyo, ganun ba? And I'm not against it. Support pa nga ako. Like, binigyan ko pa siya ng ideas kung ano dapat at saan dapat ilagay. But at the back of my mind, I am expecting something sa mga plano niya. Yan yung maghanap na siya ng trabaho, hindi niya nasabi. So, nung in-end niya yung conversation, nilakasan ko na yung loob ko to open the topic in the most gentle way possible. And there he goes. To be honest daw, hindi niya nakikita sa sarili niya maging employed. O gets ko na may mga ganong tao na business-minded talaga. And I love him for that. Pero kasi we don't have the privilege na mag-trial and error sa negosyo without having a stable income first. In my mindset, we can study and learn business while we are employed. The bills and the need for money doesn't stop naman kapag naubos na pera mo eh. So, need muna talaga ng pera. Hindi kapag kaya na ng negosyo, buhayin, dun ka mag-quit sa employment system. But him, he wants to do it all in. Like, aasa na siya agad sa negosyo na aaralin at sisimulan niya pa lang. Ugh! Alam ko na dapat ko siya suportahan sa mga decision niya and I should be his number one cheerleader. Sad face. ABYG na naisipan ko nakipag-break kasi hindi kami pareho ng mindset na baka magkasumbatan kami sa future. So, ako ba yung gago kung naisipan ko mag-break kasi hindi kami pareho ng mindset? So, may mga certain rules tong subreddit na to na ako ba yung gago. May pwede ka magpili between GGK or gago ka. Yan number 1. DKG, di ka gago. WG, walang gago. LKG, lahat kayo gago. So, either of the four, pwede kayo pumili sa mga choices. Kung gago ba siya or hindi siya gago, or pareha kayo, or walang gago. So, in my own opinion, hindi ka gago for considering a breakup dahil lang hindi kayo magkapareho ng mindset. Differences in life goals and approaches sa financial stability, medyo crucial factors din kasi siya in any relationship. And essential talaga siya to address issues head-on. So, para sa'yo, OP, gusto mo maging practical, mahalaga sa'yo na stable income muna bago sumugal sa negosyo. Naintindihan mo na ang halaga ng pagkakaroon ng steady source of income para masigurado na may pangtustos kayo sa mga pang-araw-araw, nagastusin, habang pinag-aaralan pa yung business venture. Tama na rin na inisip mo yung long-term stability and security. Para sa kanya naman, sa boyfriend, business-minded siya at gusto niya i-pursue agad yung entrepreneurial path. Yung mindset kasi niya ay more risk, more reward. Although commendable yung kanyang entrepreneurial spirit, medyo delikado rin ito lalo kapag wala siyang experience or stable fallback plan. So, importante rin dito, OP, yung komunikasyon. So, importante na mag-usap kayo na maayos, kailangan ma-address niyo yung mga concerns, mga expectations. Pwede rin mag-set kayo ng clear plan kung paano kayo pwede pagsabayan ng employment at business at kung paano matutulungan na financially. And pwede rin maglagay ng timeline or milestones. Halimbawa, maghanap muna siya ng trabaho, habang nagsisimula sa negosyo para kahit papaano may stable income habang nagta-trial and error sa business. Pwede mag-pursue ang passion niya sa business habang nakasettle din ang mga immediate financial needs. For considering a breakup, hindi ka gago for contemplating a breakup. If after several discussions and attempts to compromise, wala pa ring alignment sa mga goals at plano nyo, hindi masama ang mag-step back. Ang relasyon ay hindi lang tungkol sa pagmamahalan, kundi pati rin sa pagkakaintindihan, pagtutulungan sa mga pangarap at plano sa buhay. So, mas maganda na ma-address yung mga ganitong concerns ngayon na kaysa sa future. Mahirap magkasumbatan pagdating ng panahon. Kung sa tingin mo na hindi na kayo magko-compromise at magiging cause lang to ng constant stress at disagreements, then it might be healthier to part ways na din. So, OP, hindi ka gago for considering your future and your well-being. Ayun, so opinion ko lang naman yon. So, punta tayo sa mga comment sections. Yung pinakaunang comment dito, DKG or di ka gago, sabi ng isang commenter. Kaya siguro at wala talaga siyang balak maghanap ng work kasi may darating siyang pera. It's great to influence our partner to make financial decisions, whether magtagal man yung relationship natin or hindi. 200,000 is not enough to just settle for it and not work because we don't know what the future holds and we simply can't guarantee the success of every business venture we get into. Plus, we learn a lot in every aspect when we are working. You're very young, OP. Huwag kang mahihinayang sa relationship na yan. Someone will come along way better. Cheers. So, meron pa isang commenter, DKG, di ka gago sa part na gusto mo mag-play safe. That's normal. Especially sa mga galing sa wala at walang room to make any mistakes. Ganyan talaga pag alam mo yung hirap at walang wala. And ayaw mo nang balikan dun. Pero GGK or gago ka sa part na wala kang tiwala sa kakayahan at confidence niya. Sabi mo may plans naman siya and gets mo na ganong klaseng na tao siya. Might di mo kayang sumugal kasama niya. If kaya nyo, set up a backup plan. Worst comes to worst, di ba dapat kayo ang sasalo sa isa't isa? If it becomes habitual, hindi naman niya kayang gawin yung mga plano niya because tamad siya. Then it's the time you go. Good luck. And last comment, DKG, di ka gago. Tamad yung boyfriend mo. Ginawa niya pang dahilan na di pa niya nakakita yung sarili niya na empleyado. Paano kapag hindi naging success yung business niya? Hinihintay na lang ulit siya ng perang darating pangpuhunan. O nga naman, di ba? So, yung verdict namin dito lahat sa storya ni OP ay DKG. Yan yung verdict. Hindi ka gago. So, for the conclusion, hindi ka gago for considering your future, OP, and your well-being. It's better na to address these fundamental differences now and make a decision na pwede mag-align sa values and goals mo. Your peace of mind and future stability are equally important. So, yun, OP. DKG. Alright, moving on to another subreddit. This entry is from Off My Chest PH. So, yung title dito, My BF Turned as a Content Creator. Wow. So, yan yung title. So, basahin na natin ngayon yung entry ni OP. Hindi ako sure kung bakit ganito ang nafe-feel ko. Kilala ko kasi ang boyfriend ko bilang isang introvert. Yung dalawang kapatid niyang lalaki panay ang post sa FB at IG ng bawat ganap nila sa buhay. Habang siya naman wala talaga. Kaka 1 year pa lang namin magkakilala. Nung nakilala ko siya, nag-render pa siya ng dati niyang trabaho. Hanggang sa lumipat siya sa bagong trabaho, nag-resign, nagkaroon ng bagong trabaho, hanggang nag-resign na naman. Kaya buong magkakilala kami ay hindi siya tumagal sa trabaho niya. Although marami siyang personal clients, kaya okay naman siya financially. Wala siyang work ngayon pero nag-start sila ng mga kaibigan niya ng business months ago na hanggang ngayon di pa ganun ka-stable at kailangan pa makalan ng clients. Part-time siya doon kaya kumikita pa rin naman siya pero hindi na tulad ng dati niyang malaking income. Masipag siya kumita, persigido at graduating na din siya ng law. Sa isang taon namin, sanay na ako na low-key lang talaga siya. And work and aral lang, phone saglit para sa NBA Fantasy. Na-mention niya sa akin na meron silang page ng mga kaibigan niya na tinayo years ago. At isang buwan na ang nakalipas na nagsimula ang Facebook Meta na nabigyan sila ng income dahil sa lakas na engagement. Kumita sila last June ng more than 100k. Dahil nakita niya na malakas kumita, lately lumalabas ang pagiging clout chaser niya. Not sure kung tama ba yung term. Sumasali siya sa mga group para lang dumami engagements at kahit negative ang comments. Masaya siya dun. Nabasa ko din yung replies niya sa mga comments kapag nambabash siya sa mga posts sa page nila. Hindi ako sanay na ganun siya. Last time din, tuwing nasa apartment niya ako, nagbonding kami na nagmamarathon ng isang noontime show episode. Like nanonood talaga kaming dalawa habang magkayakap. Pero ngayon, mayat maya phone siya. Mayat maya check kung magkano nakita nila at kung ano ang pwedeng i-post para kumita. Nung anniversary namin, nag-prepare ako ng mag-camping pero nung night habang nakaupo sa harap ng bonfire at umiinom ng alak, dapat romantic yung night na yun pero humirit pa siya na tatapusin lang niya yung laban sa gilas sa Olympics. Well, hindi ko na masyado inisip yun lately na pagbabago niya at yung side na nakita ko na kaya niya makipagsagutan at yabangan sa comment section ng page nila. Medyo na-off na ako. Parang nababawasan yung pagka gusto ko sa kanya kasi sanay ako na tahimik lang siya. Humble at pa-mysterious. Pero don't get me wrong, mahal ko siya. Naninibago lang ako at ayoko na ganito siya. I understand na need niyang kumita ng pera since ayaw na niya magkaroon ng private job and mag-business na lang and content creator. Kaya I think ginagalingan niya para dumami engagement ng page nila. Nag-a-adjust lang din siguro ako na walang specific time ang mga content creators unlike pag-job. After 5 p.m. personal time na. Ngayon, lagi na siyang nasa phone, nag-iisip, nag-edit, or kung ano pa. Minsan, LDR pa kami, so napapatagal pa ang replies niya. Pero I know, nagpa-post lang siya. Oof, buhay talaga ng mga influencers at content creators 24/7. So, medyo heavy. Kakaroon ng shift sa relationship, OP. Ayun, so I think completely valid naman na ma-feel disoriented and uncomfortable with the changes sa behavior ng boyfriend mo. So initially attracted ka sa pagiging introverted niya and low-key personality and yung sudden shift niya towards being a content creator which involves constant engagement and attention seeking can be a quite jarring na din. So, yung boyfriend mo, nag-transition siya from a quiet, private person to an active content creator. Medyo significant na din siya. Kasi mukhang nakahanap siya ng lucrative opportunity dito sa social media. Pwede siya mag-lead into this change. Yung current action niya kasi, driven yun para masustain yung growth niya for his newfound income source. Especially since nagtra-transition na siya away from traditional jobs and nagpo-focus na din siya sa business and content creation. Yung concerns mo about time, yung nag-spend siya ng time sa phone and yung engagement niya with negative comments, medyo understandable na din. Yung shift na to nag-affect sa relationship dynamics nyo, especially sa quality time nyo na magkasama kayo. Crucial na din sa kanya yung mahanap niya yung balance between sa trabaho niya as content creator and yung relationship niya with you. Content creation kasi by nature doesn't set hours. Pero importante na din na ma-establish yung boundaries and yung ma-maintain yung healthy relationship. Ayun, so ma-discuss mo na din yung feelings niya with him openly and honestly. Express mo rin yung new behavior niya, paano yan mag-impact sa'yo at sa relationship niyong dalawa. I-highlight mo yung mga aspects na na-miss mo sa kanya o mag-propose ka ng ways para mag-compromise like setting specific times to disconnect from work and mag-focus naman kayo each other. So, remember lang OP na change is a part of life. And it's possible na mag-adapt yun sa bagong circumstances while maintaining a strong relationship. It's great that you support his endeavors, pero importante rin na ma-recognize niya at marespetuhan yung needs mo. So, yung conclusion ko rin naman dito, OP, hindi ka naman mali na ma-feel mo yung ganitong nararamdaman mo. Medyo natural response siya to significant changes in your relationship dynamics. flags, open communication, at saka mag-set kayo ng boundaries para ma-help nyo ma-navigate both yung bagong phase nyo together. So if yung change na to magkaroon ng strain sa relationship nyong dalawa, despite yung efforts na mag-adjust, medyo worth na din ma-reassess yung compatibility nyo and yung future nyo together. Ayun, so navigating changes in a partner's behavior, especially kung nagsistem siya sa lifestyle shift na pagiging content creator, requires din ng open communication, mutual understanding, and willingness to compromise. So, yung feelings mo valid, OP, and addressing them together with your partner can strengthen your relationship. Ayun, so, ayun lang naman yung mga papayo ko. Ayun, so that's about it for this entry. Alright, so moving on to another subreddit called Advice PH. So yung title dito ay gustong kunin ng boyfie ko yung social media accounts ko under the topic of love and relationships. I'm 23-year-old female at siya naman 23-year-old male. Hinihingi kasi ng boyfriend ko yung account ko sa FB. Normal pa ba yun? No history of cheating naman between us. Wala siyang work for more than a year now and ako naman ang gumagastos sa amin. Malaki din ba yung impact kung ba't siya ganun umasta dahil sa relasyon namin? Ako ang gumagastos kaya siya ganun ka-OA magbantay? Ayaw niya maagawan siya ng manlilibre sa kanya? Emmy? Ayaw niya din ako magsuot ng revealing clothes. Di ako kagandahan at kaseksihan. Kaya nagtataka lang ako. Crying emoji. Run na ba ako or what? Parang may pagka-controlling nature din tong boyfriend ni OP. Ayun, so in my own opinion, trust and privacy, component siya of a healthy relationship. Ayun, pag-share kasi ng social media, accounts or passwords can be a personal choice na din. But it should be based on mutual agreement and hindi dapat siya coercion. So if yung boyfriend mo demanding siya to access your social media accounts without a clear and mutual agreed upon reason, pwede siya maging red flag kasi for controlling behavior. So yung behavior kasi ng boyfriend mo seems to stem from insecurity na din and a need for control. Especially when you mention na-mention mo nga na unemployed na siya for over a year and ikaw yung financially supporting the relationship. So yung dynamic na to might contribute to his overprotectiveness na din and jealousy. Yung reluctance niya to see you in revealing clothes and his insistence on accessing your social media accounts, maging manifestations na din siya of his insecurities. So, importante na din ma-establish yung healthy boundaries sa kahit anong relationship na maging comfortable ka dapat at ma-respect yung pag-maintain ng privacy. So, if he truly trusts you, there should be no need for him to monitor your social media activities. Instead, dapat mag-focus kayo on building trust and ma-address mo din yung insecurities ng BF mo. And so the fact na you're the ones financially supporting the relationship can add pressure and strain na din. Crucial na magkaroon kayo ng open conversation about finances and the impact na pwedeng mangyari sa both of you. So financial dependency kasi can lead to power imbalances and control issues which needs to be addressed to maintain a healthy relationship. So mga potential red flags na pwede mangyari dito yung controlling behavior, yung pag-request niya ng social media accounts mo at yung disapproval ng revealing clothes mo can be early signs of controlling behavior na din. And pwede siya mag-escalate over time at magiging problematic yan in the future. Yung insecurities niya din may drive this behavior. While it's natural to feel insecure, it should not lead to controlling actions. And potential red flag na din yung lack of trust. Medyo yung trust kasi essential siya to the relationship. If there is no history of cheating, his actions suggest a lack of trust, which needs to be addressed na din. So, mga actions na pwede gawin, open communication, have an honest conversation sa feelings mo regarding privacy and trust. Explain mo din kung bakit yung request niya makes you uncomfortable. So, discuss mo din yung ways to build trust without invading each other's privacy. Ay mag-set na din kayo ng boundaries, i-address niyo din yung insecurities and i-reevaluate mo na din yung relationship. Kung yung controlling behavior niya nag-persist, despite yung open conversation niya na ma-address yun, i-consider mo na i-re-evaluate yung relationship. So, yung well-being and yung happiness should be your priority. So, bago ako magbigay ng aking conclusion, basa muna tayo ng mga comments. Sabi ng isang commenter, hayop na yan, palamunin na nga siya. Gusto pang mangontrol, but nagtsatsaga mga babae ngayon sa ganitong lalaki. Nagkakaubusan na ba? Ayun, tapos may skull emoji. Ha ha ha, hirap kasi humanap ng perfect tulad ko. Naghanap ng mabait pero hindi pala independent. Gusto ata maging house husband, kaya ginawa ko talaga siyang house husband. Goods naman sa kanya na uutusan, ang hirap lang sa akin kasi sinusuportahan ko rin yung parents ko. Sorry Saran. May isa pang commenter, control freak but does not bring anything on the table? Shameful. Ayun, so last comment na din. I had an ex from a long time ago na ganito ka-controlling. As in, bawal ako sumama noon sa group pics na may lalaki. Bawal ako matabihan ng lalaki kahit sa jeep. Bawal din ako noon magsuot ng shorts, sumama sa mga outing or even birthday parties, basta may ibang lalaki, only to discover na serial cheater pala siya. Siya pala gumagawa ng lahat ng kinakatakot niyang gawin ko daw. Anyways, I won't tell you to run now kasi ikaw pa rin yung nakakapag-decide niyan. Bata ka pa girl, are you really willing to settle for an insecure, palamunin and controlling guy? Hanggang saan mo pa kayang tiisin yan? Ayaw niya maagawan siya ng manlilibre sa kanya. This statement alone speaks volumes about how you feel sa the treatment sa'yo ni BF. So, ayun yung mga comments. Maraming mga nagsaside sa OP na you deserve happiness and joy and peace na din. Pakawalan na daw si BF. Tapos may isa pang nagsabi, ganyan na siya mag-BF, GF pa lang kayo. What more kung kasal na? So yung conclusion ko lang naman dyan, hindi ka naman mali sa pagiging uncomfortable mo sa request niya. Ayun, trust and privacy lang naman yung pinaka-crucial dito sa relationship. And yung controlling behavior niya, pwede maging cause siya for concern. So, importante dito yung open communication, setting boundaries, and addressing insecurities. Key steps siya para ma-improve your relationship. Ayun, so kung yung issues na yan nag-persist, it may be worth considering na this relationship is not right for you. So, ayun lang OP, yung aking mapapayo. And, yun. Moving on to my last subreddit. This entry is from Relationships PH. So, yung title dito, AITA, I broke up with my GF because I found someone better. So, yung AITA means, am I the a-hole? So, yun yung meaning. And so, basahin na natin to. My friends hates me because of what I did. And I've lost a few because they didn't hear my side of the story. Now I'd like to hear others' opinions on this situation. Recently, I, 18-year-old male, broke up with my GF, 19-year-old female, because I found someone better. First, I want you all to give me the benefit of the doubt and listen to my side of the story. I met my ex-girlfriend Sam on Instagram after she added me. She was an alumna from my high school, 2 years ahead of me. I accepted her request, and after checking out her profile, I found her really cute, so I messaged her first. Things escalated from there, and after a few weeks of courting, naging kami. Sam was actually great, mature, pretty, and smart. Unlike the other girls I have dated before, she respected my space and never got overly jealous of my female friends. She got along well with them and was always friendly, kind, super understanding, and supportive. Kahit hindi ako makapag-reply sa kanya, she always understood me. Sam spoiled me with gifts, even when I told her she didn't have to. She never asked for anything in return, which was great because I was broke. She was understanding when I didn't give her anything, making me feel loved and thankful. However, I felt she was too mature for my liking, and the usual thrill wasn't there. She became busy with college while I was still in grade 12, and I felt left out despite her making time for me every day, even when she was tired. Everything changed during intrams. There's this girl who is now my girlfriend, Jen, 17-year-old female, a year younger than me, na alam ko na sobrang into me. Jen kept stalking me and constantly chatted with my mother for updates about me, which was super annoying. When I heard rumors that she was promiscuous, I distanced myself because I don't like women who don't respect themselves. Later, my teacher announced I would represent my strand for Mr. and Miss Intrams with Jen. I told my teacher I needed to ask Sam's opinions first out of respect. Surprisingly, Sam was fine with it and she trusted me. She advised me not to treat Jen badly, ignore the rumors, and give Jen a chance to get to know her true self. I was thankful that Sam gave me that advice because she was right. Jen was not as a bad person as the rumors depicted her to be. It was my last year of high school. I decided to give the event a chance and practice with Jen almost every day. We ended up winning the title of Mr. and Miss Intrams. During our practices, I discovered that Jen was sweet, pretty, super funny, and relatable. We were like twins. She was also rich and treated me a lot, even helping me with my costume. Nahiya ako na she did so much for me, so I made her flowers to say thank you. Even though it was just homemade, she was happy. At dun ko na na-realize that I fell for her. Seeing her smile made my heart beat in a way it never had before, and I just knew this was love. And so ayun na. After that, I stepped back and re-evaluated my feelings towards Sam and Jen, and I realized na my heart beats more and I feel more kilig and thrill with Jen than I do with Sam. Sam was mature, yes, but she didn't quite stand out as Jen. Jen was just the whole package. Pretty, funny, and had that maldita personality that I really find hot. Despite Jen not being as mature or smart as Sam, I was willing to overlook that because of how I felt. I don't regret choosing Jen over Sam. After I realized how I felt, I know it would be unfair to continue to lie to Sam, so I broke up with her. I did not want to break her heart by saying I loved Jen better than her, so I told her that my parents did not agree with her and that I no longer feel the same way anymore. I know I hurt her so much, but I did not want to lie to her and myself anymore. I just want to love the person that I actually love. To be honest, I never knew what actual love was until Jen. I strongly believe that what I feel for her is love. And despite my friends' opinions, I stand firm that I do love her. My friends got mad at me because they said I cheated, pero as you can see, wala naman ako na i-cheat. I was honest with Sam. I didn't feel the same way na kasi, so why continue on with a lie? I was honest with her and myself and chose the person I actually want and type ko. I broke up with Sam before pursuing Jen, so I don't effing get why my friends are mad at me. So tell me, am I really in the wrong here? That was a pretty long story, so ayun, OP, medyo commendable na you're seeking feedback and reflection sa actions mo. However, kasi OP, the situation that you described highlights several important considerations regarding honesty, respect, and empathy sa relationships. While you believe kasi that you are honest by breaking up with Sam and before pursuing Jen, the way kasi that you handled the breakup might have lacked transparency and respect. So telling Sam that your parents didn't agree with her instead of being upfront about your feelings for Jen, pwede siya maseen as deceitful. Essential na din na maging honest ka sa partner mo about your real reasons, intentions for a breakup kahit difficult siya. Important na din kasi makonsider yung actions mo kung paano siya mag-impact sa iba emotionally. Sabi mo nga si Sam, supportive siya, understanding, and invested din siya sa relationship. So breaking up with someone because he found someone better without considering their feelings, pwede siya maging hurtful. Yung relationships kasi are about mutual respect, and ending a relationship because of excitement for someone can come off as shallow and inconsiderate. So pagdating naman sa friends mo, kung bakit sila galit, upset sila dahil na-perceive nila yung actions mo na disloyal ka or disrespectful ka kay Sam. So yung feeling nila, hindi mo na handle yung situation maturely or ethically. So cheating isn't only about physical infidelity. Emotional cheating can also cause significant pain na din. If your feelings for Jen develop while you're still with Sam, it can be seen as emotional betrayal. Natural na din na ma-drawn sa new and exciting experiences, especially at a young age. However, understanding the difference between infatuation and love, crucial siya. So infatuation often involves intense short-term emotions, whereas love tends to develop over time through shared experience with trust and commitment. So yung takeaways and advice ko dito, be honest and respectful na lang in future relationships. Strive mo maging more transparent and respectful about your feelings. Yung honesty, vital din siya. Kahit very uncomfortable siya. Dapat may reflection ka din sa actions. Consider mo na din yung actions mo kung paano siya mag-impact sa iba emotionally. Yung empathy at understanding, key components siya to any relationship. May use mo na din yung situation na to as a learning experience to grow emotionally and ma-develop mo na din yung better relationship skills. And last advice is communicate with friends. Makipag-talk ka lang sa mga friends mo about concerns nila. I-understand mo yung perspective nila. Baka makatulong din yun sa'yo sa makagain ng insights on how your actions are perceived. Ayun, so move on naman tayo sa comments. Ayun, sabi ng isang commenter, a lot of red flags. But I just wanted to answer the question. No, you're not the a-hole for breaking up with your ex before pursuing someone else. It was the right thing to do. You made a choice. That said, I hope you stand by your choice. You're still so young. Believe me when I say you will meet a lot of people. A lot. Sabi ni isa, you're 18. Have fun. Isa pa dito, you're young pa nga. Napaka-immature pa mag-isip. Di pa alam kung paano mag-commit. Yeah, you're the a-hole, but I'll try to understand kasi bata ka pa. Sige lang, madami ka pa may experience sa life. So isa pang comment, in my eyes, you're not the a-hole. You did something not plenty men can do. I myself couldn't even do that, to be honest. You manned up and told her how you felt and prevented a future disaster from happening. That in itself is respectable. So my conclusion here, OP, while you may not see yourself as the a-hole, yung situation kasi nag-highlight ng importance ng empathy, honesty, and respect in relationships. It's not just about following the technicalities of cheating, but understanding the emotional impact of your actions on others. Your friends' reactions suggest na they value loyalty and transparency, qualities that are very essential in maintaining healthy relationships. So use this experience to grow and improve your approach to future relationships. So in the end, parang mixed reactions yung mga commenters. May nagsasabi a-hole, may nagsasabi young pa siya, okay lang yan. And ayun, masabi ko lang naman dito, OP, just use this situation as a learning experience. So, ayun, hanggang doon na lang yung Reddit stories ko for today. Diyan nagtatapos ang unang episode ng Pinoy Reddit Stories. Sana nag-enjoy kayo sa mga kwentong binahagi ko sa inyo today. So kung gusto niyo makashare ng iyong mga opinion o may mga sarili kayong kwento na gusto ibahagi, comment lang kayo down below. Huwag niyo kalimutan mag-subscribe sa PMPH at i-click niyo na din yung notification bell para lagi kayo updated sa mga susunod kong uploads. Ayun, so thank you very much for watching, guys. This is Pinoy Reddit Stories with Kian. I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys!